Diana Feldman with a special Golden Globes edition of 4 for 4. And the big headline isn't about La La Land winning a record 7 awards. It's about Hollywood taking on Donald Trump. Several stars used their acceptance speeches to blast the president-elect. Ashley, did any of them land their punches?
Well, it depends on how you interpret that. If just getting attention was successful, then Meryl Streep, yes, I think did. Because she is one of the biggest stars, if not the biggest stars, in that room. And she had a big platform. She spoke longer than anyone else. And it's what everyone is talking about today. And perhaps that was the goal.
Yeah, she is the big winner of the night as far as the Hollywood stars are concerned. But I thought Hugh Laurie had the best line where he took on the entire Republican Party by saying that this might be the last Golden Globes with the Hollywood Press Association. 3 words that Republicans have a big problem with.
Right.
Oof.
I do think that was really funny, and I do think some of the other comments were not as effective. Meryl Streep definitely had the night. She went viral on Twitter and every other social media outlet. I think she was the talk of the town, others in La La Land. But, you know, it was expected. The politics talk was expected. I do think going in, I was expecting to hear some Trump comments.
Jimmy Fallon said that he was going to pick on Trump, and that was going to happen, and it did. Although someone like Meryl Trump, she has that platform, but for so many that were just winning an award for the first time, I think it distracted away from what they're really about, the art. Meryl Streep is getting the most press mainly because Trump went after her in the New York Times, and of course, on his Twitter account. Chris, are you surprised the next leader of the free world is paying attention to the middle-tier Hollywood award show?
Middle tier, wow. Well, I'm not surprised after what he did with Arnold Schwarzenegger, going after him. He's the Celebrity Apprentice debut, even though he's still a producer on the show. So anything that Donald Trump does at this point, not surprising.
I was actually waiting. I was checking his Twitter account to see when he's going to reply. I expected him to reply. I don't know if he replied correctly in the right way. He should have, though, because Meryl Streep is a big star. And she did go viral, and it was something that warranted a response.
Oh, yeah.
But maybe in a better way.
Right, right. It was only a matter of time. I think that whether you're a journalist or just one of the audience members, you were waiting to see, okay, how is he going to respond? Let's wait and see what happens. And of course, he did.
And one of the surprising things was that he also gave an interview to the New York Times, a late-night phoner, which was a weird way for him to respond. It's usually right to Twitter.
The one thing about Donald Trump, though, that we can always predict is his consistency. We know that if something happens in pop culture, and even if he's vaguely related to it, he's going to respond. And in this stance, he's not only tackling Meryl Streep, but he's tackling Hollywood and saying, guess what? In about 12 days from last night, I'm going to be taking office, so watch out. Let's try to get at least one question about the awards themselves in here. Linda, what was your favorite non-Trump moment of the night?
My favorite moment was Tracee Ellis Ross winning, first black woman to win her category in 35 years. The last one who won was Debbie Allen in 1982. Wow. So that was a historic moment. I thought her speech was great. It was very uplifting and inspiring and, you know, showing diversity, so that was great.
Yes, I agree. I love moments of just comedy that are unexpected, and Kristen Wiig and Steve Carell, when they came out onto stage introducing the best animated comedy in the most somber way imaginable. That was so great, and everyone online was hoping that they would host next year. That's what always happens. As soon as a duo comes out and they're phenomenal, people want them to host next year.
That's a good point. Yeah, I would tune in for that one. And my favorite part, I think, was when the Stranger Things cast was featured in the opening monologue or the opening promo, with an even bigger shout out to Barb, everyone's favorite deceased character. Sorry if no one's seen that show.
Spoiler alert. My favorite moment was probably Jimmy Fallon's worst moment maybe in his career is when his teleprompter went out and he didn't know how to handle it. And being that, as you said before privately, Ashley, he was an SNL alum, a veteran, so he should have been able to handle it.
You think?
But he didn't. Yes, so what does that show? That no matter how big and famous you are, you still can crumble over pressure. Hey guys, my prompter's kind of going out a little bit. I don't know what to do. Do you guys know what to do? Hey, what? And start talking.
Roll with it, Diana. Roll with it.
Oh, it's back. All right, I got this. And finally, it's Red Carpet Outfit Award time. Let's go down the line. Ashley, you first.
So I'm going to start with best, but it was one that I would normally not say is one of my best. Okay, so Emma Stone. Her dress had stars all over it. Normally, I wouldn't necessarily think that was the most fashionable, but it was so fitting, and it was so perfect, and it's young, and it's fun, and it's so La La Land.
I'm going to go with Jessica Biel and her husband Justin Timberlake. I thought they looked good. He's bringing back the shawl collar on the tuxedos for all you men out there who wear tuxedos often, as I do. And then worst, I'm going to have to go with SJP, channeling Carrie Fisher, a.k.a. Princess Leia. A little too soon.
For best, I'm going to go with Sofia Vergara. Although she always wears kind of the same thing, I do think she knows what works for her, and she looked amazing. So I think, do what works for you. And for the worst dress, I would say Felicity Jones, because I thought the colors kind of paled her, washed her out. It was 3 shades of pink. I mean, she's a beautiful lady. I do think it took away from what she could show.
I also have a worst. It's Chrissy Teigen. You probably saw her up on the screen a second ago, and it was because it was a lot of material and very confusing.
And very quickly, best dress for me was Kristen Bell because she knows how to serve it in a classic sleek black dress. My worst was Nicole Kidman, who looked like she was taking a page out of The Real Housewives of Oz. Glinda the Good Witch was good no more. It was just bad fashion. For more of our red carpet picks and pans, our wall-to-wall Golden Globes coverage, check out foxforum1.com.